what have you noticed? How has MyDB benefited or not benefited from YouTube coming out and online?
Yeah, I remember like getting, even in 2004, like getting a video online was a big deal. There was a guy, his name's, what's his name, Tim? He's a representative from Ohio.
Right.
Tim Ryan, yeah. And I don't know if anybody's ever seen a video of him talking about the draft. Came out in 2004, and I wound up like getting a copy of it, and he basically gave this fiery speech in the House of Representatives, and I hosted it on my DD, and it just like it was viewed like hundreds of thousands of times, and like my bandwidth charge that month was like thousands of dollars. So I was like, Jesus, how can anybody afford doing this kind of stuff? It was crazy, and the barriers then of putting video on the web was pretty immense, and so from my perspective, like it's freed up like the ability of showing those things on the blog without having to host it myself, but being able to rely upon a provider like YouTube. And it's really remarkable when you consider like that's only like when did YouTube come around in the
February of 5.
Is that like early? Okay, yeah. So I mean it's transformed definitely how politics. It's in some ways though. It's actually like created. One of the things we write about here is television ads and how I think we were actually kind of wrong in some ways of not necessarily understanding that commercials would in some ways become even more powerful than they were previously, because I was only looking at it from the perspective of television declining, but now you have the perspective of the web video, broadband access going across the board now, and those television commercials now have the ability to gain eyeballs on the web that they wouldn't necessarily have gotten on television. The deeper problem, though, that we were recognizing with commercials, actually it forces that to the forefront, because the deeper problem was that the consultants were sort of viewing races all the same, and were creating a lot of cookie cutter templates for different commercials to be run all across the country. And you used to be able to do that without getting caught, because it was very difficult for somebody running in Senate in California to know what was being played in television in the Senate race in North Carolina. But now it's very easy to see, like, this committee's running this same ad. This is obviously the consultants running the same different kind of ad in 4 or 5 different races. And we saw that play out a number of different places in 2006, where it wasn't quite as effective because people knew it was a template cookie cutter type of ad, and that's one of the things that's not going to be as effective now.